Today on BDSM, we have a new segment which will, as a test run, be replacing our final segment, Whack Story.
No!
We'll be replacing that with our new segment today called Mind Thought. And it's not the big belligerent brain buster, it's a different, more, less intellectual question, although I'm not sure our questions really get that scholarly. And we also have a special guest joining us today. I would like to thank you, Marcus Tizindi, for joining us. Would you like to say hello?
Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks, Marcus. So he'll be with us through the podcast, and we'd really like to hear from you on your thoughts of our conversational topics. Without further ado, let's start with Today in the Universe. Who wants to start? Anyone interested in Scott? You go.
Okay, I'll start it up. So in Toronto this morning, there's a bit of a weird thing going on. On a bridge, on a Toronto bridge, they found a car hanging there, and it was just hanging there. Whoa. And they were like, "How the frick did that car get there?" And
is that a quote?
Yeah, that was a quote from the police chief at his press conference. No. So they thought it was like a movie stunt, but nobody was like scheduled to have a movie shoot there, so they think somebody just did it as a little prank. So they kind of weirded out.
That's a clever prank. I'm not sure I could ever edge myself to that level.
You couldn't edge yourself.
But you know, it's a big mystery. Whoever did this even took out all the windows. There's no windows in the car. I guess so. There's no broken glass when it inevitably
Very
falls.
considerate, you know. He just didn't want to hurt anyone, you know.
Yeah, you know, just take the risk out of it.
If a car falls, I wouldn't be worried about broken glass, but
Well, you should be though. You should be, because that's pretty dangerous.
It is mesmerizing to watch it and just hang there. I recommend everyone look it up. It's beautiful. But Julius, do you have a story for us?
Okay, well, going from a beautiful car to a not so beautiful country, New Zealand is complaining that it gets left off the map very often.
oh my goodness.
And do they?
They do. So the Prime Minister, her name is I don't even know how to pronounce this, Jacinda Ardern. So she's been in our top 10 list last week for top 10 names. Really a fantastic name. But she claims that perhaps they're being left off because they look weird and people think it's a mistake that they're on the map. Which is pretty odd.
Doesn't sound like a mistake. Why would you put them on the map?
Ooh.
I'm just proposing a thought.
But so this was on a talk show with a comedian, and the comedian believes that this is a part of a conspiracy, that Australia wants to steal New Zealand's tourism, England wants to get rid of the All Blacks rugby team because they're too good, and the French are jealous of the Kiwi wine industry. Now that
the biggest industry in the world.
You know what? Oyster Bay, I think it's Oyster Bay. It's a pretty good wine company. Not that I drink, because no alcohol, Tronigan.
Underage drinking is bad, Julius.
He's not underaged.
Not anymore, baby.
Oh.
Yeah, Julius is like 35 or something.
I forgot about that.
Julius is actually our teacher for this podcast. He just kind of joins in because he has nothing else to do.
I'm one of those teachers that likes to buddy up with the students.
That's Mr. Mayor to you, Donald.
I thought you were going to say Mr. V.
Okay, well, I was going to move it on to Brandon.
You were?
I did.
There you go.
Joke's on you, Donnie.
All right, well, then I guess we are moving on. I have a story about a surfing record. There's a new Guinness Book of World Records record for surfing, tallest wave. And that was broken by a Brazilian fella named Rodrigo Coxa. And apparently he almost died trying to do it. It was off Nazaré, Portugal. This was a while ago, but it said it gave him nightmares and caused him other issues for many months. So he found himself on some beach trying to ride another monster wave, and this time he made it through unscathed, and eventually in possession of a new world record that we're.
How did you time that? He's like, "Yo, meet me here. I know there's gonna be this really tall wave that I can break the record with," and then the Guinness world record guy was like, okay, like he can't really plan
Yeah, just
a big wave.
I bet he just has them walking around with him. He's like, guys, I'm gonna see a dope wave
yeah,
any
trust me,
minute.
the next one's gonna be huge. Trust.
And they're just like,
Like, he can't time a wave.
It's like watching one of those videos with a friend, and you say it's funny, and then the friend never laughs, and you're just waiting for them to laugh.
and you keep saying it's gonna happen.
Unless it's my videos.
and then when the
Especially
video's
All
over,
you guys laugh at my videos. Every time I show you a video, you go,
I
haha.
don't remember ever laughing at one of your videos.
You just said you were watching one of the videos.
I didn't.
okay.
Or one of the channels.
So Donald, what do you have for sick story?
I have just your textbook definition of cultural appropriation for you today. So a girl in Earth decided to wear a prom dress.
Whoa.
That's controversial.
That had Chinese like design influences, and she's getting roasted on Twitter for appropriating Asian culture. And she's like, I just thought it was a dress, which is, you know, what they all say, but clearly she's being blatantly racist, and I feel like
Yeah, that's
she
what the Ku Klux Klan used to say. It's just a robe. It's not just a robe.
It's a way of life.
It's not just a dress.
Yeah, so I don't know. She's like, I thought it looked good. I should wear it. And then everyone's getting mad at her. But some people are like, yo, that's actually not cultural appropriation. So there's, you know, just a war raging on the internet right now.
There's the guy that called her out first. Apparently used the N-word repeatedly in earlier tweets, and claimed that this was appropriating his ethnicity, like Donnie said. But he probably shouldn't have.
He called her the N-word for wearing an Asian dress.
He was posting like 3 or 4 posts of him using the N-word, and then he claimed that he would never do that. And when he got called out for that, he said he was young and wasn't very smart.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Wow.
But I also wanted to add, Donna, you said she was in Earth, and you claimed that Earth is flat. So that doesn't work.
I didn't say it was
he just
microscopic.
fired-
I didn't say it was thin. I said it was flat.
Oh, Donald, he fired back on you on that one. You gotta
Like,
pull up
Julius,
some
you're
evidence.
flat, but like you still have like some physical depth.
So
to
it's
you,
like a hockey
something.
puck.
Yeah,
It's got some thickness to it as well, despite the.
And some use. That's the biggest difference between myself and a hockey puck. A hockey puck is useful. I am just me.
Anyway, what isn't useful is today, or is Scott's comparing two notable Homo sapiens. So if we could just roll into that one.
All right. As somebody starts to mow the lawn outside for some reason, I don't think you can hear
They're
that. but
mowing
it's
the lawn
happening.
with a wind blower or with a leaf blower.
Okay, I just took a guess, Donnie. You know, I guess there's actually it's only cement out there. Anyway, today we're going to be comparing two notable Homo sapiens, two very notable Homo sapiens. We're going to be comparing the leaders of the two greatest nations on Earth. We're going to be comparing Justin Trudeau to Donald Trump. So here's my take on it.
Second greatest. Where's the other one? I only heard one.
Which one do you think
Yeah,
is
we're
the
comparing
one, Julius?
Donald Trump to who?
Justin Trudeau, leader of Canada.
Never heard of Donald Trump. Like he's never been in the news or anything. Just don't know him.
So here's my take on it. Justin Trudeau's, he's obviously more fit. He's young. He's
Wait, hang
sparky.
on. Are we comparing them politically as well?
You can
or-
compare them however the heck you want, Brennan. So here's my take on it. Justin Trudeau is young. He's fit. He's good looking. But Donald Trump has the thickness.
He
has
that's
it in
exactly what I was gonna say. Donald Trump is thick.
So it's a toss-up for me. I don't know.
I mean, how can a thick boy like? He's got definitely a good lead on him, like just first glances, but Justin Trudeau was a teacher when he was younger, which is very attractive. And while Donald Trump was a celebrity,
Justin Trudeau was a naughty teacher when he was
yeah, he was naughty, which is a huge plus.
He wanted to be an astronaut.
Well, that clearly failed.
So yeah, I think Trump is also was he a good businessman? I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, yes and no.
Well, he's like rich, but I don't know.
He was rich and then went bankrupt, which proves he's a bad businessman. But then he made all his money back, which is a sign of a good businessman. Then he went bankrupt again, which is a sign of a bad businessman. And then he made it all back again, which is a sign of a good businessman.
I'm not sure how good of a teacher Justin Trudeau was. You'd have to go and ratemyteacher.com. I don't know if he's actually on there. That'd be interesting.
We should do that.
That'd be
So-
cool. That'd be cool. What did he teach? Anyone know?
Politics. I don't know.
Hopefully.
I think he was a drama. I think I heard he was a drama teacher.
Drama. Oh, he's.
I may be wrong about that. That's
He's-
just a
He
guess.
taught life.
Yeah, he was one of those teachers that just talks about their life experience.
Yeah, they
in
like say
life
they like say
class.
they have different methods of teaching, but in reality they're just like bad at teaching and they don't
Yeah.
know the content.
That's the nice thing about Google. We can just figure this out right now.
Did you figure it out?
Just give me a second.
Okay,
So
so
not right now.
so while Julius looks it up, I'm gonna get you guys' take. Who do you got, Justin Trudeau or Donald Trump?
I think Justin Trudeau, because I'm kind of into the naughty teacher type.
Donnie, who you got?
Donald Trump, because I'm in desperate need of a sugar daddy.
Okay, Julius, you have a little.
I'd say Trudeau. He's a pretty fit man. He's pretty good.
All right. Well, yet again, I'm gonna make it a tie, and I'm gonna go Donald Trump because he has the experience that comes with age.
He knows what he wants.
Okay, well, I'd just like to say that Trudeau was a very versatile teacher. So he taught 4
You're
subjects.
reading a news article. These aren't your words.
This is the Washington Post. It doesn't say that he's a versatile teacher. It just says which subjects he taught. But so he taught
tell us
math,
which subjects he
French,
taught.
drama, and humanities.
Wow,
Oh, so he did teach drama. Cool.
that might sway my opinion. I don't know.
Wait, so he can act like he loves me and then dump me? Maybe I have to take him off my phone.
Okay, we're gonna send it next to Brennan's big belligerent brain buster.
The question is, how am I going to get Justin Trudeau to fall in love with me? So I got some big belligerent questions for you, and they're gonna bust your brains. You guys want to hear them?
That's the best intro you've ever done for this segment.
Okay, here's the first question, which is about questions. It's I feel like we can generate some good talk about this. What 2 questions would you ask a person to get the most information about them if you only could ask them 2 questions?
Hey, can you give me the maximum possible amount of information about yourself, please?
These I'm talking yes or no questions or one-word answers.
Credit card number, mother's maiden name.
Gender.
That's more than 2.
What?
There's more than 2 options to that.
Yeah.
It's a yes or no question.
Gender.
Oh,
yes.
is it now? Holy
Gender. Yeah. All right. Well, that seriously though.
That could be a waste because then they could just say, I don't identify it. And then that's just a waste.
Then you've learned nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Except of their ignorance. I would ask them. I think I'd ask them something about if like one of their parents is dead. Maybe I feel like you'd learn a lot about that.
I'd ask them if I could keep their phone, and then I'd ask them for their phone's password so I could just find everything about them myself.
Ooh, that's actually a nice little workaround there.
Like, hey, what's your ISP?
I'd ask them for their home address and
What?
where they hide their key,
Where they buried their parents.
what their first murder was. Okay, let's move on to another question. Okay, so do you guys think happiness is just chemicals flowing through your brain, or do you think it's something beyond that?
Well, it is chemicals.
I need to stop blacking out when you ask these questions. Could you repeat that, please?
Jeez.
Is happiness just chemicals flowing through your brain, or is there something more to that?
Maybe.
It is chemicals because everything in our brains is just a reaction of like certain things.
Okay, if you guys want to know, In psychology, there was a study on rats, which was they attached something that zaps the rat's brain in a certain spot where it would release dopamine, so it would receive pleasure from the electrocution. So it would press a button, and it would
Wait, it would receive pleasure from getting electrocuted?
in a certain spot in its brain that would release dopamine. So it would press this button to release this shock, and it would do that constantly without stopping to release the shock instead of eating food until it died. So it would choose to receive this pleasure over and over again until it died. But people with the same kind of test don't do the same thing. They won't keep zapping it. They'll go eat if they want to go eat.
So food is like better than sex.
It's not that kind of pleasure.
Depending on the type of person, depending on the type of person you are, food could be sex.
What?
I'm gonna move on to another question.
Yeah, that went poorly.
I think my goal for the segment or this whole
Julius,
show is to just
we're still salvageable right now. Let's just move on.
Okay.
What is the most fertile soil for hatred? Now, I'm talking like fear, ignorance, jealousy, or like something else entirely.
The White House.
And is it possible that some people are genetically predisposed for hatred?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think some people got that anger DNA.
Angry boy DNA.
Donovan Savage, maybe.
Oh, he's got a frown on now.
It's a confused frown.
No, seriously. What do you guys think? What thing do you think creates hate?
I think jealousy.
I think loss.
Oh, those are good answers.
You didn't think we could come up with those, did you?
No, I really thought you were gonna go like bad memes or I don't know.
Toronto losing last night.
Yeah.
That is not good.
That has made a deep-seated hatred in my heart.
feel-
my lord.
I feel like ignorance, like and being aware, having some sort of awareness that you're ignorant to something, and instead of
That would just be hatred towards yourself, though. Oh, I'm ignorant.
I'm gonna go with fear because that's the one you listed that nobody said.
I think, was there only 4? There were only 4. All right, well, Scott, please explain why fear, other than that reason you stated.
Oh, because you go, that thing's spooky. I don't like that being here. And then eventually you avoid it because you're scared of it. And then you think, like, ooh, maybe I should hate this thing. I don't know.
There's some profound thoughts. I think we can end on that. That was.
Thank you.
I'm good with ending.
I think I have my yearbook quote. But
Anything I can contribute.
okay, Julius, we're moving on to Neues Zeug. So what's up and bumping?
A lot of things. All right, guys. So I know you're all very active in the technology world. I know you all have cell phones, or hopefully you have cell phones.
That classifies us as active in technology.
Yes.
I'm an active participant. I have a cell phone right now.
As a person who is 45 years old, you kids are tech geniuses. There's a genii, I'm not sure how it works. But without you guys, I wouldn't be able to teach these classes.
This is just Julius's excuse for being bad at editing the podcast.
Ooh, okay, old timer.
I do the 2-finger type. So I just wanted to bring forward this new invention. It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. It's a phone screen that
Whoa!
Touch. No.
I have a cell phone.
I mean, I still have the ones with the buttons on it. We have to touch like 5 times so you can get the right letter.
My cell phone also has a screen.
I mean, you're lucky, but see, no, when you're out in the street and it's a very sunny day and you're not able to see what's on your screen because of the glare on the screen from the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. I know
So
you're talking
these researchers from Taiwan have invented this moth eye smartphone coating, which ends up not reflecting sunlight and makes everything you see on there 10 times more clear in the sun.
Ooh, that'll help me for about 4.5
could
hours
just-
per year.
Can't you just turn your brightness up like everybody else?
But this is like mind blowing.
What about when you're not? Is everything 10 times clearer when you're not in the sun?
Maybe.
Yeah, just don't sit in the sun.
Yeah, find a tree or something. Like,
Just like hover over your phone, like bend
How much
over
does it
so it's in the
cost?
shade.
yeah, that was gonna be my next.
So this is all still like in development. It's not fully developed.
It
So-
doesn't even exist.
It does exist, but there's no price tag for it yet
How do you know it's 10 times better?
because they've
if they
tested it with
haven't-
science.
Wow.
Which Donnie has assured me with the Bedford Law experiment that is actually a thing. Science is real.
Can they develop it with science and actually make it real, or are they just testing it with science?
They have it, but they're not ready to sell it yet. 'Cause they want to make
Julius,
it better.
everything in this world is for sale, including your dumb screen. So how much does it cost?
You can have my screen for free if you want.
So it's free.
Maybe.
Yeah, your metaphorical screen is free.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
I mean, it's not that tough. All you have to do is just grab a couple of moths, rip off their eyeballs, and then stick it on your screen.
Oh my, wait, is that how they make it?
No, but that was the whole like mindset behind it because moths don't like moths' eyes are just so developed or have some like kind of like science in it that just prevents the glare from getting to their eyes. So they're using it for their model for the screen.
It's called sunglasses.
Sunglasses for your screen.
Moths just have natural shades.
They got pretty cool sunglasses. Not gonna lie.
Wait, so the moths can look at the sun? Is that what you're saying?
moths can look in the
Or
sun,
they
they can be
don't
the
see
bright-
glare.
They don't see glare and they can look in the sun.
Eagles can do that too. Most birds can do that.
But are they moths? And
I guess.
do their eyes reflect in science or not?
Right. I guess I have to forfeit this round to you, Julius. They're definitely not moths.
But I'm gonna. Speaking of forfeiting, I'm gonna forfeit my segment and hand it over to Brannon because he's got a top 10 that will hopefully blow us away for once.
Would you just change it to third person? You're talking to me.
All right. We're going to keep rolling with the theme of celebrities in This Week in History.
Bangladesh had another chance.
Okay. And we're going to keep it on the theme that we were on last week. We're going to keep on talking about Hitler. I'm sorry. I don't like to, but we got to do what we got to do.
I don't know about that, Scott.
So, April 29th, Hitler got married.
One of the most notable events in history.
Can you guys guess what he did on April 30th?
Killed himself.
Yep.
After he announced it to his buddies.
Or he flew to Argentina.
Sorry,
We're not
Scott.
really
Scott,
sure.
we want our viewers to think that he's dead when he's actually alive.
Sure. Okay, so we're going to move on. It's still April 30th, although a bit earlier, in 1789, George Washington became the first U.S. president. Good job, George.
Ooh, George. Let's have it, George.
I'm not sure what exactly he did, but he probably did a better job than Hitler.
He killed a bunch of people.
Well, okay.
Well, he was the main general in the Revolutionary War, American Revolution.
Which resulted in killing people.
That is correct.
Julius is the master of war. He knows all of it in and out.
Because
I
he's
just want to say
German.
that in the first battle that George Washington fought, he went up against a fortress that was filled with German soldiers, and he caught them by surprise and won that battle. I think it was the first battle of the War for Independence. So.
Good job, George.
What capturing? Yeah, oh, yeah.
Was it the one where like this is the famous one where he's going through ice and he's like
No, that was they lost a bunch of battles in a row, and then they captured a bunch of Persian mercenaries. Prussian mercenaries, and that was like a big swing. in the
Hey,
war.
do you guys know another war criminal that died this week?
well, who's the first war criminal that died? George Washington?
Please
Julius.
just tell us, Scott.
Osama bin Laden in 2011 on May 2nd. He got blasted, from what I know.
Is it
He,
He got
Scott? Isn't that one of your main men right there?
I talk about him a lot on the podcast for some reason, but I do not support him. If I need to make that clear.
What else happened in this week?
May 3rd, we're talking about last week again. Another tornado in 1999, the highest wind speeds ever recorded. It happened in Oklahoma City. Only 45 people were killed this time.
Well, that's not bad. That's
It's better than last week. I think Oklahoma City has a bit better defenses built up than Bangladesh.
How do you defend against
They have a full tornado ban.
Yeah, okay. Yes, Oklahoma City has banned tornadoes now.
They,
so
they
that
brought
won't
the
happen
basketball
again.
team over there, and since then they haven't had any tornadoes.
Okay. And then in 1978, same day, the Digital Equipment Corporation sent the world's first spam email.
in
that
when?
deserves no recognition?
1978.
You know what? Kudos to those guys, okay,
Wow.
for thinking of something
Starting a
that
bit of a
needed to be done in
trend.
this world.
Starting a bit of a
Wait.
trend.
According to this website, unsolicited bulk emails have since become a scourge of the digital age as spammers attempt to achieve similar success.
It's pronounced scourge, but
Because this spam email actually sold $12 million in computers.
Oh wow.
Or
Oh, so,
So
it
it
wasn't
actually
like,
did something.
Yeah,
sent
it
out
was,
600 emails.
so it was like one of those emails that you hate, but it was actually legitimate.
Yeah, and then eventually they just it just went down and down from there, I suppose. All right, thank you guys. I think that went well. I'm really happy with that. But you know what I'm gonna be even more happy with? Donnie's kooky conspiracy. Frick yeah.
No, you won't.
Okay.
Speaking of kook, my conspiracy is kooky. Good.
Is it zany?
Have you guys heard of Planet X?
Would you care to explain?
Is it flat?
Well, you haven't answered my question.
I've heard the term Planet X.
Yeah, so Planet X conspiracy is this idea that there's a hidden planet in our solar system that's going to hit Earth and destroy it. Not much to it other than that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Although my only problem with it is that it wouldn't destroy Earth because Earth is flat. It would just like hit one side of it and then it would spin it around like a disc and everyone would get
Like a disc? I thought it was a disc.
Yeah, but you know when like,
But the Earth
Okay,
doesn't have a
but what
hole
if
in
it
the
hits the Earth from the top? And it goes, just punctures a hole
like
through
a
it,
catapult.
or breaks it in half.
well, as we know, as it's like hitting the top of an egg, you know, it's like unbreakable at a certain point. So I feel like if it hit the edge of the
How
Earth,
is it like hitting the top of an
shut
egg?
up. Yeah, the Earth is actually egg-shaped. So a fact. So like this is based off the idea that there is a hidden planet in our solar system, which people believe, but
Pluto.
but people believe that this planet is really close to Earth and it's going to hit it on April 23rd,
Which year?
which is coincidentally the time of the rapture.
Whoa.
Wait, this is a past story.
Wait, so it already happened?
Well, April 23rd. The nice thing about that is that it's a reoccurring day. So
But it says this year's Earth Day.
Oh no.
Okay, so what if you just pick
this was posted on April 23rd.
what if you
He's
just,
trying to cash in on this event.
He's just looking up. He's like, you know, there's this conspiracy. The planet's coming down.
what if you just picked up a rock and named it Planet X and then dropped it on the Earth?
Ooh, that's a one way to validate your conspiracy.
You should see the picture for it. It looks very cool. But there's only one problem with this picture. The Earth is not flat in that.
How'd they take a picture of the planet that's supposed to be secret?
It's magic.
Well, it's no longer secret if it's hitting the Earth. Scott.
Oh man.
It's mid-impact. It's deep in there.
Yeah, actually, this is why America and North Korea need to work together to build a fat missile to just blast it to oblivion while it tries to hit Earth.
While it's hitting Earth, you said that's really effective.
No, like right before, so that it like.
We should
I
all,
heard-
we should all steer it towards the U.S. You know, just shoot rockets at it.
Well, why don't we all just hold it, do a quick little shoulder press, and pop it back up there?
I heard Planet X crashed into Earth 15 years ago, and it just hit China, and no one's told us yet. The government's keeping it a secret.
An Earth-destroying meteor hit China. No one's been told.
No, we're like on a fragment
We're all
of
dead.
Earth.
Oh, so we don't have to worry about them polluting us anymore.
What if Earth was
Yeah.
round and then the planet hit us?
It's
and
not
only-
round, Scott.
No,
Yeah,
no,
and
no.
it flattened Earth.
Hear me out. Yeah, it flattened Earth. It squished
It
us.
flattened it even more. Now it's concave. It's like a trampoline. It like hits Earth and then it's like twang.
And it bounces it away.
And goes into the sun and kills the sun.
Planet X is bigger than the sun.
Yeah, Jupiter's actually hitting Earth. And then it grows on the way to the sun and then hits the sun. Kaploo. Anyway, like Earth slingshotting Jupiter into the sun, I'm going to slingshot this podcast to Brannon or to everyone's mind thoughts.
Slingshotting Jupiter into the sun, Earth. Hello, everybody. Welcome to This Week on Mind Thought. This is our new segment, and we're alternating. We're alternating hosts, and this week I decided it was me and Donald and I who came up with the segment. So I said I would start it since he was
I'm a bit shy.
ill prepared. So this, how this works is I'm going to ask an opinionative question, and we just give what you would do or what you would choose or whatever. And it's just we just talk about it for a little while.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section how you feel about this. You know, maybe you have a valid opinion that we could, maybe learn from.
And if you're liking this podcast, smash the subscribe button
Yeah.
so you can get all the latest content.
Like and subscribe for more delicious
Hit that
content.
notification bell.
And also hit up Kyle Murdy's podcast, still known as Side Talk on the Shawnigan podcasting page.
Actually, Kyle Murdy's podcast took one of our podcasts down because we don't have an upgraded SoundCloud account. So don't listen to his, only listen to ours.
Boycott the Murdster.
He stole one of our podcasts.
So this week on Mind Thought, I'm asking you. Okay, here's the question. Let me just ask the question. Let's get into that. Here we go. If you guys could only have one drink other than water, so you have water unlimited supply, but if you could have another drink as well for an unlimited supply for the rest of your life, and you could only drink those two things, what would your other drink be?
Blood.
I don't feel safe here anymore.
No, I'm on that train. Blood gives you nutrients.
Blood
You
has
can
water
drink
in
it
it?
from a gazelle's neck. There's so many sources. It's warm. It comes out warm.
Wait, would you have to specify which animal you took the blood from?
No, we can generalize that one. I think
Okay,
that one's
it's
safe to
just general
generalize.
blood.
Say
Blood's a
pina
good one.
coladas, because that's a manly drink.
I'm gonna go with a smoothie of just all nutrients. That
No,
are
that's
necessary for
not.
life.
It has to exist.
I'm sure that exists. I mean,
We'll name it.
He wants a mask gainer
Sunny
protein.
D.
Sunny D forever. You know what that actually is called? What its long form, what the D stands for?
Sunny
Delight.
vitamin D.
That is correct.
Woo!
You have just won a mind thought.
Can you buy me some Sunny D as a reward?
I can't go to the store.
Wait, you can't go to the store?
Not until the weekend.
Well,
Okay,
you can go.
Julius, what drink would you have? They don't have it in the commissary.
Do they not? Oh, okay. Well, tough one.
Honestly, Sunny D is a good choice. Not the tangy one.
Do you want to hear my opinion or not?
I'm waiting for it. I'm just making
Okay,
conversation.
okay, fine. Just keep going. I need to think of this.
Mine actual one is I don't actually know what they're called, but the only place I've ever bought them is on the BC ferries, and I don't actually remember what they're called. It's basically just a banana strawberry smoothie, and it is scrumptious.
Is it like the?
It's a weird way to describe a drink.
It is scrumptious, Brennan, and it is liquidy, and it's everything I'd want in a drink. Really, it's good.
It's liquid. That checks that box.
So I
Fits
think
the description.
I think I'm gonna go with that. Although the only problem with that drink is that ease of access might not be great, but I think I could find a source on the island.
Is
somewhere.
nutrients a concern?
Well, you can
No,
you can
no.
eat
Is
food.
available-
Just
Or is it
imagine.
just flavor?
It's
Is
just
availability
flavor.
a concern?
Is there what?
Availability a concern?
Yeah, do you get unlimited supplies?
Are you gonna say like $6,000 wine or something?
Would it change your answer if there was an unlimited supply?
If there was
Well, yeah,
unlimited
because
supply?
if I go with this smoothie, it's pretty rare, so they're not going to have it in the commissary for at least the next month while we're still at school. I won't be able to drink anything other than water. That's a shame.
Okay, let's say at least access. Maybe you still have to pay for it, but there's access to it everywhere.
Okay, I'm sticking with my smoothie then.
Take chocolate milk.
I would go with milk.
Chocolate milk.
No. I would
Almond
go with
milk.
milk.
Strawberry milk,
2% milk.
almond milk.
from soybeans.
Because you guys can't have cereal anymore. You realize that unless you're putting water in it or a smoothie.
I'm drinking cereal with some weird stuff, Brennan.
A smoothie?
Smoothie.
Oh, that might actually be good.
Water with your cereal. You know, Kyle doesn't use milk for his cereals.
Uses water?
No, he just eats it dry.
Okay, that's another reason why you shouldn't listen to his podcast.
Yeah.
I don't trust a man who doesn't drink milk with his cereal.
And he's my roommate, so he probably has the same content that I do, and you don't want that.
Oh, yeah. There's
Scientifically,
a
back
whole
stuff.
show about Julius.
Ugh.
So, guys, is that wrapping us up? Is
I
that
think
good?
all our answers are pretty satisfactory.
Wait, Donnie, what was your answer again?
Blood.
Oh, right, yeah.
But you got to pay for that. So
I liked your answer when I asked you the first time a week ago. Juiced asparagus. That was a good one. Just wring it out yourself. Or human urine.
My favorite, I'm just going through different phases right now. It changes from time to time. Ask me next week might be something like dehydrated tomatoes.
I think mine actually. If I was to have a secondary though, I think it might be burger grease.
Yeah, gravy.
Blended bark.
I'll have whatever Donald Trump's drinking.
Just lard.
Salt water. Salt water and water are my two.
Wow.
Yeah, Brad, you got to pay for that.
What other than water? Water and salt water.
Okay, I think that's a success on that segment. We may, I think we'll do that again next week.
That wasn't so whack.
You messed that up.
Okay. Well, Marcus, I suppose I'd like to thank you for your thoughts on our subjects. It was really great having you. We'd love to have you again, and thank you for your contributions. I really feel like we really got together a lot in this podcast and worked together on a lot of the segments. Like maybe you should consider coming on again sometime if you'd like to.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I hope you really took everything that I've said to heart, because I really mean those things. And thanks you guys for having me. It really means a lot to me.
Okay, well, hope to see you next time.
Thank God he's gone.
So I hope you guys will come join me next time in our next podcast. And I hope our listeners, Scott, are you going to listen next week?
I'm listening multiple times. Let's just say that.
Okay, so that's one. And if anyone else, and if you guys want to urge anyone to listen, if there's anyone out there, please help. We'll be back next week.
This is not a joke. Please come help me.
$3 per listen, everyone. $3 per listen. Just send me an email. We
Scott, I'm not paying you. I'm not paying though. You can pay for that because you are most of the listen.
out of my pocket. $3 per listen. Just send me an email, Slesley@shawnigan.ca.
All right, well, see you guys next time.
Bye.